All I can say is listen to the bike when we slow down. When I use the regen, it's so loud. Watch this. Alright, here we go. Oh, good job, bread truck. Now I gotta brake really hard. Hear that? Sounds so bad, dude. I will say this, the bike does roll, it does roll a lot smoother now with the Timken bearings. Yeah, those bearings feel much better, you know. At least I can rest easy knowing that my jack shaft bearings are fresh. Yeah. But I will probably change the ones in the swing arm next, so I'm just constantly taking the primary drive apart on this bike. I'm kind of sick of it now, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I wish that they didn't go with this system. Is what I'm gonna say, man. Because it's got all sorts of problems. It's got so many moving parts in it. Is the problem, you know? So many moving parts, and the bearings don't last very long. So that's what I'm gonna say. All right, here's we go.
All right, hey, Hades Meg here. So this is just a little update for the Lunicycle 219 primary drive chain conversion kit. All right, I've got it here. My jack shaft bearings went out again. Okay, and I just made a video on how to replace the jack shaft bearings. Okay, and I just did this one and another jack shaft that I had. So if you're interested in that, check that video out. But yeah, this is just a little update video on the kit. All right, so far it's been pretty good. It's definitely noisier. But I think it's noisier because the bearings are blown on this, so it's got a little clacking sound on it. So I just wanted to show you the wear on it. So the kind of dual sprocket setup it's got here. All right. So on the back side, you can see it's eaten up pretty good already. So I think this is not aligned properly. So this is the way it's supposed to be mounted, and the back side is all jaggedy and eaten up and stuff. All right, so that leads me to believe the chain, this is in too much. All right, this is in too much, and the chain is pulling going outward. Okay, going that way. Okay, yeah, so because the other side doesn't have any marks on it, so that leads me to believe the chain's not even touching that part. So I think that the counter sprocket, the one that's on the motor, the pinion gear, it needs to move inward more. Okay, and that's what it looks like. All right, let's see if I can turn the brightness up a bit. Okay, that's what it looks like. It looks like it's eaten up a lot on the outside. So yeah, like I said, that leads me to believe that I bet you I can't see what's on the inside, but I bet you the inside isn't worn out as much as the outside part. So that leads me to believe this should be moved in a little bit. This should be moved in one. Okay, because you cannot adjust this one. This one you don't adjust. But this one you can adjust. So, but I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it that way. It's already worn that way. I guess it's okay, you know. It's still got plenty of sprocket left. So hopefully it gets quieter, and it seems like it's just been getting noisier. So all right, and the chain looks okay. I think the chain loosened up a little bit because I can actually tighten it a little bit more now, so that's good. Okay, so yeah, that's a little update there. Hopefully it's quiet again with this. One thing is that, yeah, it doesn't get that dirty. That's good, because it's down here and it's got a cover over it. It doesn't get dirty that often. Okay, you don't really have to lube it all out much. Okay, but every once in a while you should peep in there. If it starts to get loud, just shoot some lube on it, you know, just a little bit. Okay, so yeah, that's just a little update before I put it back in the bike. I think I put a couple 100 miles on it already so far, okay? And I've done drag racing with it, riding on the street, dirt biking with it, and so far it's held up pretty well, okay? I do notice it gets pretty warm, so hopefully it doesn't get overheated. All right, here's me up. Alright, here's me here, man. I'm still having problems with this primary drive here. I just changed the bearings on the jack shaft. I don't think that was the noise. It's still pretty noisy, so. But the good thing is the bike rolls a little smoother. But I definitely think, I'm pretty sure that the noise is coming from the primary drive area, okay? So we're gonna take a listen. Sounds so bad. When it regens, it's so loud. I don't know why. Now maybe the motor is bad. I don't know. Maybe the bearing on the motor is bad. So one thing I might want to do is just take the chain off and then run it without the chain, and see if the motor is making a noise. But it's one of those things that it really only makes noise under load, and like if it's on a stand, it's not gonna make that much noise, you know. Hear that? Let me see if I can get the regen on. See, it goes. You hear like a kind of grinding sound. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. Which way does it spin? Forward, yeah. I think this sprocket is already wearing out too. Look at it. It looks like kind of like a saw blade now. Yeah, not good, man. This unicycle chain kit is not very good. I'm not gonna lie, dude. The sprocket is just not strong enough, man. I didn't have a problem with the sprockets on the belt, you know. But yeah, dude, it's like it's already wearing out quite a bit. So I don't know. Maybe I had the chain too tight. I'm not sure, man. But it looks pretty bad already. So one thing I can try is to reshim the sprocket. So what I can do is what was it? Well, I can loosen everything, take the chain off, and then so what I notice is the front part of the counter sprocket has these marks on it, like it's like the chain is rubbing on it. Okay, so what I can do is try to reshim the pinion gear. Okay, that's what this is, or this counter sprocket. So when I took the jack shaft out, the rear sprocket, this side was nice. Okay, there's no marks on this side, but on the back side of it there was plenty of marks. So that leads me to believe that, yeah, that leads me to believe that the front sprocket is too far this way. Okay, it needs to move that way a little bit more. So what I got to do is I got to take all these washers out. It's just too much this way, so we got to move it in that way. So we got to take one of the washers out from the back and then move it to the front. Okay, so we got to take all these out, take the sprocket out, take one of the washers out, put the sprocket back in, and then yeah, and then tighten everything up. And so what that should do is it should move. Wait a minute, that would make it worse, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't. It would, basically what we'd be doing is if we move one of the spacers to the front, it would move the sprocket back a little bit, okay? And then maybe it will line up better, okay? So when there was no instructions with this kit, that's one of the things I'm kind of pissed off with. And another thing is like all I had to go off was the pictures on Lunicycle's website. So they had a picture of how many washers and stuff they added to it, you know? And that's all I did. I copied it. I think there's 4 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like there's 4 in the front. So I gotta make it 5 in the front, and then it'll just be like 1 in the back. So So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try and do that right now. Hopefully that'll quiet it down. I'm pretty sure the noise is coming from at least the primary. Another thing it could be is the swing arm bearings. Okay, I'm not 100% on that. The swing arm bearings may be bad because I've never replaced it, and it's kind of part on the rotating assembly here. Okay, so yeah, that's another thing that could have gone bad. So, but this one is the easiest fix right now. So we're gonna move this. We're gonna move the sprocket back a little bit. So yeah, because if you think about it, it's like say this is the front sprocket and this is the back sprocket. We're kind of looking at it backwards. If this one is off this way, it's gonna wear this one more, and it's gonna wear the backside more on this one. So to fix that, we're gonna push the sprocket this way, and it'll line up. Okay, hopefully. All right. I didn't have this problem with the freaking with the stock belt, man. So I'm kind of pissed off, man. All right. That was like too easy to get out. But by the way, this looks like it uses the same exact nut as the axle, the rear axle. So, and you know how bad those are, right? Okay, so here's one. Oh yeah, so now that I've taken the nut off, I should probably remove the chain. So chain is kind of loose too. Probably should tighten it. Maybe that's why it's making so much noise. Yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah. So let me go loosen the bolts. Just want my bike to sound nice again, you know. Quiet. That's all. Is that too much to ask? Okay. Just gotta move this up. All the way. So that's all it'll give me. So enough to get the sprocket out. Well, anyway, let's get these out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 spacers, so gotta move it in 1. I don't like how you can't get the freaking thing out either. Okay. Come on, buddy. You know you want to come out. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, don't. So you can see the back of this. See? The sprocket is almost messed up. Look. This is no good, man. This sprocket is worn. That's it. It's done. Man. I'll take a picture of this before I put it on. Show it to Lunicycle. Like, hey, look at this. Your sprocket's already messed up. I didn't even put that. I only put like maybe like 100 miles. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take one of the washers out. All right, we're gonna put that in the back here. Okay. All right, that's a little stack right there. Then we're going to put this back in after I take some pictures of it and send it to Lunicycle. Oh yeah, you know what? We could run the motor right now to see if that's the problem. But I have to take all the spacers out. So annoying. You can't take this. It's hard to take the sprocket out on this, man. Anyway, yeah, let's go do that. Oh, the key's on there though. I don't know. Here, let's run it real quick. Let's make sure nothing touches. Alright. This might be a little dangerous. Maybe we should wear some gloves. I'm just going to run the motor a little bit. No, it's not the motor. It's not the motor making that sound. Okay. I verified it. Okay, so make sure these line up. There's no way you could do it wrong, man. There's a key on it, you know. There's no way you could lose the alignment. That's what I want to say. Okay. Okay. There you go. Now we're going to put the washers back in. The thing is, like, it ran great when I first installed it, you know. It looks like I gotta get a new sprocket from Lunicycle, man. This one just keeps on breaking this crap. Just put one in at a time, I guess. So what that did is it, like I said, it pushes the sprocket back. It's kind of weird. This last one doesn't fit. Yeah, the last one doesn't fit. What's going on here? No. It has to fit. That's the way it was before. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit, man. I don't. Maybe I should just try the Sauron kit, you know. Hopefully when I tighten the screw, everything will line up. Okay, you know, I'm gonna take it apart. I'm gonna double check everything. I already put it back on. But there it is. I don't even think I'm gonna bother torquing it, man. Okay, so now we're gonna go tighten the adjuster. Oh wow, that's super loose. Yeah, there's actually, it's like the chain is like too loose now. Okay. Whatever. I've so had it with the primary drive on this bike, man. Maybe too tight, I'm not sure. Well, maybe we can loosen it, I don't know. Seems like it's too tight. I'm just gonna guess on the torque, okay? It's probably not a, that's probably a bad idea though, because these are motor bolts. Okay, tighten all the bolts. Let's go run it real quick. I think this chain is like done, man. You know what? I'm not even gonna put the cover back on. I'm just gonna run it like that. It looks cooler like that, anyways. Maybe if I do some off-road riding, I'll put the cover back on. But if I'm just riding around the street, that's fine. I don't think a rock is gonna jump up and get in there, man. I hope not. Yeah, maybe I better put it back on. Yeah, let's put some lube on there real quick. I do notice if you do lube it, it does become quieter. So. Okay, got a little quieter. Let's go take it for a test ride, and then I think that's I'm gonna call that it. I don't even know what I torqued it at. I used the impact gun to put it back on. All I know is that there's a couple threads left out here. Maybe I should torque it. Let's see. All right. Anyway, I'm pretty much done. All right, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Let me go gear up. I know I just got back from doing DoorDash, so that's how I know the bike runs like crap. We're just gonna go take a quick ride around the neighborhood, guys, and see what it sounds like. I think I need to change that sprocket, the front one at least, you know. Maybe I should just buy another. If I bought another kit, I would have a spare chain, so that's a good thing, you know. And as you can see, the front sprocket is very easy to replace. It's so easy to replace, so I guess that's a good thing, you know. That is normal for the front sprocket to wear out faster than the rear. Okay, the rear should last like 3 times as long. Right place, you know. Okay, here we go. I got no cover on the primary drive. It's still pretty noisy, man. I think it might be the front sprocket. It's done, you know. It is a lot quieter after I looped it, though. Oh, the back felt kind of funny there. Yeah, it's much quieter, actually. Yeah, that's good. Maybe tightening it and lubing it helped. I don't know. That it definitely was tighter than when I took it off, you know. But there you go. So that video shows you how to. In this video, I showed you how to adjust the front sprocket. Okay, you can adjust it in or out. What you want to do is, after you've ridden it for a while, I think it was, man, I don't remember how many. I think there was like five in the front or something. Yeah, it's actually much quieter. I'm pretty happy. It's still a little noisy, but I can live with this. But yeah, man, it's pretty bad before. I have a couple clips of it. Yeah, oh, that's so much better. I think it could be because the chain was loose. The chain was a little loose when I opened the cover. I was like, huh, that's interesting. So yeah, it could have been that. Definitely under regen, it was really, really loud, man. Watch this when we hit the stop sign here. See, it's quiet now. Yeah, that is a much better improvement. Okay, so what I did in this video is I took the sprocket out. I removed all the front spacers. I removed the front sprocket. I took one of the spacers out of the back of the sprocket, and I moved it to the front. Okay, and that shifts this front sprocket back a little bit. All right, because I noticed on the outside, the sprocket was wearing more than it was on the inside, so that leads me to believe the sprocket is not aligned properly. And the only thing you can adjust is the front sprocket. You can't adjust the back sprocket, because that one is just fixed. It's just there, you know. But the front one, you can move it around because you have those shims, okay? So that's the good thing about this setup, you know. Now, if it was just properly machined in the first place, you know, with the spacer already built into it, then we wouldn't have to worry about that now, would we? But yeah, it sounds a lot quieter. Hopefully the rear of the front sprocket and the front of the rear sprocket start to show some wear now. That'll mean the chain is like in the middle of the sprockets, okay? And I lubed it and I tightened the chain a little bit, okay? So any combination of those things could have fixed the problem, okay? But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the results. However, when I did take a look at the front sprocket, it was pretty worn out already. I'm like, man, I can't wait for those teeth to just let go, man. And then I got like this flat spot, you know, kind of like on the belt. That happened to me on the belt. Like some of the teeth came out, and then like when it gets to that part of the belt, it just kind of spins and destroys itself. I think that could happen with the sprocket, except it's like the opposite, right? That you got the teeth. The teeth are now on the sprocket and not on the belt. So you know, it's like an opposite thing. So now the sprocket could happen. That could happen on the sprocket. So I will ask Lunicycle if they sell. Let's just get on it real hard here. Yeah, much better, much better. I'm pretty happy with the work I did right now. So yeah. Yes, that is the way it's supposed to sound. So I think either shimming it lubing it or tensioning it properly is the right thing to do. But I just fixed this bike recently. I changed. It was so noisy that I changed the jack shaft bearings. Okay, so yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm planning to change the swing arm bearings. Maybe it'll have a better ride after that. But I missed the belt. Okay, guys, I was happier with the belt. I'm not gonna lie. Hear that? That doesn't sound good. So when I back the bike up, I can hear a sound. See that? So that may be the sound I hear when we're regenning. Okay. Okay. I don't know. All right. Here's we go. Maybe I'm tightening the chain too much. I'm not sure, but they didn't have any instructions on how tight or loose it should be. Yeah. What a pain in the ass. All right. Here's we go.